Yeah. Good afternoon, everybody. Once again, we met to talk about something. I think so. At last class, what we finished, you have to remember and you have to recall what you finished in that. So I will remember to you once again. Yes. Otherwise, see here, our lesson is force. What is a force? What is a force? Are you able to see with your naked eye? Otherwise, where it will visible? Are you able to experience with the force? See there, such a type those questions, for that type of questions, we may recognize in our daily life. We may give answer, whether it is yes or no in our day-to-day life. I will say something to you where you may observe force. Whether you are able to recognize or not, I will say to you. See here, picking of hailstorms. Hailstorms means the rain gives ice cubes. Due to throughout the rain, we may get sometimes ice cubes. Otherwise, taking your bag from your gown and taking your book from your shelf. And you can say when you are running by playing cricket or shuttle, okay, otherwise ring ball, whatever the play. At the same time, by writing and by lifting, by carrying. Observe what I'm saying to you. In these 4 examples, okay, you have any experience with the force? Yesterday we discussed, means at last class we discussed about how it will be. See what I'm saying to you, I will say some examples to you. How to identify the force, means what is the force. Come back to that, I will remember to you, force is a what? So I will give an example. When we are closing the door, when we are closing the door, and when you are opening the door, when you are lifting, when you are throwing, when you are sucking, okay, when you are hosting. See there, what I'm asking to you, first we'll talk about this. When you are closing the door, maybe if you are inside, from your inside your home, you are closing the door. By closing the door, by closing what happened, we have to push the door. Have to push the door. Means when you are closing the door moving away from you. The door moving away from you. See there, when the door is moving away from you, means it is moving far from you. Here see what I'm saying, when door is moving far from you or moving away from you, then you can say we are doing what type of action there? Pushing. What is the action? Pushing. Or we are doing pushing action to close the door from inside. Same action to close the door from outside. Same action to close the door from outside. How? By closing the door. You are from outside. The door coming closer to us. We are closing the door. Door is coming closer to us. At the time we are doing what? To close the door in 2 situations. The door coming close means we are doing pulling. What you are doing? Pulling. Same as when you are throwing the things in a particular direction, the thing is moving away from you. Means what happened? The things are moving away from means we are throwing. Throwing means we are pushing the things. See there, in these two things, in the same situation, by closing the door, we are talking pushing and pulling by, it depends on your situation only. Yes, of course. Coming to that by opening. By opening, you can remember which type of we are using. By hoisting the flag. Hoisting the flag. By pulling the thread, flag will hoist. And erasing the board, blackboard, erasing the board. See there, by erasing the board. So one time it is moving close, one time moving away from us. Means both pull and push we are using. And digging the borewell, yesterday we discussed. So when it is digging means making hole and taking soil out. So soil bringing out means closer to us and the hole is moving away from us. By that both actions, pushing and pulling we are using. See, in your daily activities, lifting your bag is coming closer to us, pulling. Okay, see there, whatever there, so there is a similar, but one thing, we never look the force, we are unable to see the force. It is invisible. It is invisible. Then how it is possible? Then how it is possible? We are feeling the force by the action of your body. We are feeling the force by action of the body. How it is by action of the body? Then come. How it is by throwing the body. By throwing a body. The body moving away. The body moving away from us. Means we are giving energy to the body to displace. To move from one place to another hand. The energy is coming from where? By applying a force on a body. So that's why we are saying force is nothing as what? Force is nothing as what? Push or pull. Push or pull. Force is nothing as push or pull, but it has a direction. Force has a direction. Force has a direction, and also when you are applying force, it tends the object. It tends the object means it tends the speed of an object. It tends the state of an object. It tends the direction of an object, and it tends the size and shape of the object. Tends means it changes. By applying force on an object, it can change the speed of an object and direction of object and size and shape of an object. See how it was already discussed. Again, we will recall those very fast. See there, force is a push or pull, but it changes the shape of an object, it changes the size of an object, direction of object, and motion or rest of an object. See by that, force is a push or pull, but it changes the state of an object, and it has a direction. It is invisible, but we can feel by the action of a body. By the action of a body. That is the general information on that. Then I said force has a direction. Force has a direction. Then force has a direction where it was when ball coming towards you. Suppose in a football game, you kicked the ball. You kicked the ball with your leg. When you are kicking the ball, it moves where away from you. How, by what direction you give a kick to that, the ball will move in the same direction. Means they are giving energy by your leg to the ball. Means we are applying force to the ball. By that, it changes the, means it moves in a specified direction by the applied force. We are throwing means you are pushing. How the pushing direction? By that only body will move. Means the body determines how the direction of force is acting. What I'm saying, do you understand? The body determines, the body said to us how the direction of the force is acting on a body. How was thrown? Pushing is this particular direction. So body was thrown in this particular direction. By that only, due to the action of the body only, we can recognize the force has a direction. So by that we can recognize. Then we already discussed in our daily life where you may use push and where you may use pull. Then coming to that, force is measured by newtons. Force is measured by newtons. Mr. Sir Isaac Newton. Mr. Sir Isaac Newton. He discovered what a gravitational force. We have a story where he was settled at a apple tree. One of the apple was fall down his near to. So he thought why the fruit was falling to the down, why it is not go upwards, means towards upside. By that by the thinking, he proved gravitational force, why the bodies are freely falling downwards. That we will discuss then next. And coming to that, so force is measured by Newton. We are showing that with a N. So in SI system, force is measured by newtons. In SI system, SI means a system of international or international system. International system. So international system is nothing as MKS. MKS. So meters, kilograms, seconds. Meters, kilograms, seconds. So by that, force is measured in SI system Newton. Then what about in CGS system? In CGS system, CGS means centimeter, gram, second. Centimeter, gram, second. These are the fundamental unit systems. Fundamental unit system. Because of we have fundamental units, length, mass, and time. So length, centimeter, mass, grams, time, second. So length meters, mass kilograms, time seconds. Okay. So see there in CGS system, force is measured. Force is measured by dynes. Force is measured by dynes. In SI system, force is measured by Newton. In CGS system, force is measured by dynes. We have a relation to write. In our lower class, maybe you learn about that. According to second law of Sir Isaac Newton, Newton's second law, F is equal to ma. The rate of changing momentum is directly proportional to the force applied on object. The rate of changing momentum. Actually, we have to write rate of changing momentum is directly proportional to the force applied on it. Applied force acting on a body. So by that we return those. So from that we can write what so P means momentum. Momentum means mass into velocity by time. So force is proportional to delta M. So here we can write. See there, F is equal to M, means F is proportional to M delta V by T. V means velocity. So rate of changing means acceleration, ma. So from that we are writing those. So from that we can see oneself. F is equal to mass and acceleration. Mass and acceleration. Mass is measured by kilograms and acceleration is measured by meter per second square. In our lower class, we already studied about some what are those acceleration and the distance, velocity, speed, everything, units also. So mass is measured by kilograms, acceleration is measured by meter per second square. See from that, it is in SI system, means MKS system. It is in MKS system, means the SI system. Then if you write in CGS system, so this is nothing as equal to Newton. What force is 1 Newton is equal, we can write kilogram, meter, second square. If write upside, you can get second power minus 2. Second power minus 2. Then see there, 1 Newton is equal to, means force is measured in SI system Newton. 1 Newton is equal to, means kilogram, meter, second power minus 2 in SI system. Then coming to the in CGS system. In CJ system, we have to write in CJ system dynes. So coming to the kilogram. So in CJ system, what mass is measured by grams. So 1 kilogram is equal to how many grams? 1000 grams. 1000 grams into, this is meter length. So CJ system centimeter. So that's why meter to centimeter. 100 centimeter into, what you can write? Second, same as for the unit. Second is the standard unit for the time. So 1100, 10 to the power of 5. 10 to the power of 5 gram centimeter second power minus 2. This gram centimeter second power minus 2 in the CJ system is nothing as dynes. 1 Newton is equal to 10 to the power of dynes. 10 to the power of 5 dynes. This is general information about force. 1 Newton is equal to 10 to the power of dynes. Okay. Then coming to that, yesterday we discussed what type of forces are there. What type of forces are there? Then types of forces. Forces are classified into 2 types. Force classified into 2 types. One is contact force. One is contact force. One is non-contact force. Contact force and another one non-contact force. I will write what for these are force at a distance. Force at a distance. Otherwise, we can write or field force. What you can write? Field force. Non-contact force or force at a distance are field force. Contact force and non-contact force are 2 types for the force. Then how to classify those contact force and non-contact force? I think I will give one example to understand those. Okay. So one is we have a magnet. Magnet. Okay, we have a bar magnet and one iron nail. Iron nail. When you are bringing iron nail near to the magnet, imagine this is a magnet, this is iron nail. When you are bringing iron nail near to the magnet, what happens? The iron nail attracted by the magnet. See there, no need to bring very in contact, no need to bring close to the contact. If you place at a part of this distance, the nail will attract by the magnet without making any physical contact, without no need to place as a contact. But there is a force experienced to the iron nail. Understand what I'm talking? When I'm bringing iron nail near to the magnet, no need to place to the contact, no need to place to the contact, but by a part of the distance only, the nail will attract by the magnet. Is it or not? Same as we can talk about one more. When at earlier mornings, means by wake up after, first of all, what you are doing to go for breakfast, you must do brushing. Is it? To do brush to a teeth, what you have to use on the brush? Toothpaste. So to take toothpaste on the brush, we have to press the toothpaste tube. We have to press the toothpaste tube. By pressing the toothpaste tube, what we will get? The paste will come out. By that we can get water to utilization of the paste. See, observe in these 2 situations. When you are pressing toothpaste tube, when you are pressing toothpaste tube, when you pressing toothpaste tube, the toothpaste is one object, your hand is one object. See, there are 2 come out the paste, we must contact. We must in contact to hold. Is it? Same as here, the iron nail no need to in contact, but a part of the distance only it will attract by the magnet. Observe here, what I am writing, contact force and non-contact force. For the non-contact force, I said force at a distance, force at a distance, or field force. Field means distance. See, what is the difference when I'm talking to you? Contact force. That's I will explain. A force between the two objects. A force between the two objects. A force between the two direct physical contact. A force between the two direct physical contact. See, toothpaste and our hand. Toothpaste and our hand. Two objects in direct physical contact. Direct physical contact. We are holding that. There is a force between the two objects. A force between a direct physical contact. A force between the two direct physical contacts. Okay. A force between two bodies. How like those two bodies? Direct physical contacts. A force between two objects, a direct physical contact is nothing as what? A contact force. See what I'm saying? A direct physical contact force. A direct physical contact force. Imagine, this is what I'm saying, toothpaste box, toothpaste. Okay, toothpaste tube. Now we are pressing, means a direct physical contact force between toothpaste tube and our hand. So if we imagine there is no hand, what happens? It will be under to the gravity. It will fall into the gravity. So there is a contact force, a direct physical contact force between the two objects. A direct physical contact force between two interacting objects. Interacting, closely in contact. Closely in contact. Okay, a direct physical contact force. Two interacting object is known as contact force. What I'm saying, contact force, a direct physical contact force between two interacting objects. A direct physical contact force between two interacting objects. Two interacting objects. Two bodies are interacting, means interlocking in contact. There is a force between those two bodies to hold. That is a contact force. Definition of contact force, what you can? A direct physical contact force. A direct physical contact force between two interacting objects is known as contact force. Understand? Then coming to that, non-contact force. Force at a distance. Field force. Similar, all are same only. Before I said one example. When you are bringing iron nail by placing a part of the distance from the magnet, but the nail will attract by the magnet. The nail will attract by the magnet because of magnet experience, means it shows the force. Okay, it will apply the, means magnet experiences or exert the force around the magnet. So when the iron nail placed in the field of the magnet, in the field of magnetic force, the nail will attract by the magnet. No need to place in contact because the force pull towards the magnet. The nail will pull by the magnet. See that what happened to here? So there is no contact. There is no direct physical contact. See, magnet is one object, iron nail is one object. So between those two objects, there is no direct physical contact force between two interacting objects. The bodies are interacting, but no more what? Direct physical contact force. Okay, a part of the distance only. A part of the distance only, what happened? The nail attracted by the magnet. Means what happened? There is no direct physical contact force. There is no direct physical contact force between two interacting objects is known as contact force. It force experienced by the field, a part of the distance only. That's why we are calling field force or force at a distance. Or clarify on contact and non-contact force. A direct physical contact force acting between two interacting objects is known as contact force. There is no without, or there is no Direct physical contact force between two interacting objects, okay, is known as what? A non-contact force, force at a distance, or field force. Then we will clarify some more example for contact force and non-contact force. Let's we talk about non-contact force first. Non-contact force. Examples for non-contact force. Examples. First we'll talk, just before we discuss an example, no, that's we'll talk same as magnetic force. Magnetic force. What I'm saying to you? Magnetic force. One of the example for the non-contact force, magnetic force. Just before I said, we know already a magnet consists a pair of poles. A magnet consists a pair of poles. Is it? Yeah. So we know already the relation between the magnetic poles, where there is a like poles in contact. When you are bringing two magnets with like poles, where there is a two magnet with like poles. Like poles means same poles. They may, when two like poles are comes in contact, they may repel each other. Like poles of the magnet will repel each other. Then unlike poles will attract each other. Attract each other. Let's identify magnetic force. Let's identify magnetic force. How to identify the magnetic force? How to identify the magnetic force? See, how to identify? So we know well iron fillings. Iron fillings. Iron fillings means a fine iron things. A fine iron things. In welding shops, you may get cutting of iron shops. Okay? You may get a fine particles of iron. Fine particles of iron. Okay, iron fillings. And we need one more thing, bar magnet. Bar magnet. And one more we need white paper. What we need? White paper. And one more last, table. Wherever you can do, not a problem. Iron fillings, bar magnet, white paper. If necessary. Okay, place white paper on a table. Place white paper on a table. By placing white paper on a table, after place bar magnet on a white paper. Place bar magnet on a white paper, which is placed on a table. We placed already white paper on table. On that paper, we are placing bar magnet. Okay. So we draw on what? We place bar magnet on white paper. Now we are going to sprinkle. Sprinkle means spread out. Sprinkle means spread out. In Telugu, challadam. Iron fillings. We are going to sprinkle some iron fillings on bar magnet. We are going to sprinkle some iron fillings on bar magnet. What are going to? We are going to sprinkle the iron fillings on bar magnet. See there how it will be. We are sprinkling water, iron fillings. We are sprinkling iron fillings on bar magnet. This is a bar magnet. We sprinkle dotted shapes are iron fillings. We are giving small jerk to the paper. Now we are giving small jerk to the paper. Means giving disturbance to the paper. By disturbance giving the paper, we may observe the iron fillings will arrange as a pattern around the magnet. That iron fillings will attract to the magnet in a pattern, in a particular way. How like the magnetic iron filling attracted by the magnet more at the ends of the magnet. The iron fillings attract more at ends of the magnet, less at the middle of the magnet. Means poles have high strength, means more strength of the magnetic force. Pole strength is more, means magnetic force is more at the poles of the magnet, and the magnetic force is less at where center of the magnet. Already we know about those. Then how the iron fillings are arranged in a particular pattern, that I will draw to you. To draw that activity, how like it is going to see how the iron fillings will be. These are the iron fillings arranging in a pattern. These are the iron fillings arranging in the particular pattern. See, most of at ends of the magnet, least at the middle of the magnet. By that, iron fillings will arrange. Okay, so by this we can identify magnetic force. Okay, and one more we can discuss. These iron fillings, up to where it will attract to the magnet, up to where, how much distance of the magnet will shows the magnetic force around the magnet. How much magnetic force shows around the distance of the magnet. What is the distance the magnet shows the magnetic force around the magnet? That distance, that field is a magnetic field. In that magnetic field only it shows the magnetic force. By that we can draw that magnetic field lines. What you can draw? Magnetic field lines. Magnetic field lines. How the magnetic field lines see? Magnetic field lines are imaginary lines. Imaginary lines. Why? Because I am saying imaginary lines, because of we cannot see the magnetic force. Before I said force never seen. It can experience Z. Just how like you can experience by placing the compass. By placing the compass. How like by placing the compass it shows the same light poles. By it make the repulsion. By adjusting the compass. By adjusting the compass, it shows the how much around the distance magnet shows the magnetic force. Up to that much distance it will be move to show the direction by changing. Like I am going to draw that how like the magnetic field lines are. Magnetic field lines. By placing compass on the magnet, it shows the direction towards the south to north. South to north. See, magnetic field lines always pass at outside of the magnet from north to south. North to south. At inside the magnet, inside the magnet from south to north. Already we discussed about those in your lower class, is it? This is a magnetic field lines. Okay, one more activity we'll discuss about what magnetic force. To identify the magnetic force. Take an empty bowl. fill with water. Take a empty bowl, fill with water. Water. See there. Take two sieving needles. Sieving needles, stitching machine needles, I don't know, sieving needles. Two I am taking. So, two sieving needles. To that, I'm using colored thermocol balls. I'm using colored thermocol balls. Thermocol balls. Okay, one is color green. What I'm using color is, one color is green, means two, and two are red. I'm using two colored thermocol balls. So what you are going to do now, we are magnetizing the sieving needle. Sieving needle with the help of bar magnet. In your lower class, already learned how to magnetize the magnetic materials. How to magnetize the magnetic materials by single touch method, by double touch method. Okay, by that we already learned how to make the what? Magnetize the magnet. How to make the magnetization of the magnetic material means that by the magnetization, it is a process to make the magnets from the magnetic materials. So I'm using bar magnet to magnetize the one sieving needle. First I'm doing what? Magnetizing the sieving needle. Okay, after magnetizing with help of bar magnet to the sieving needle, I'm using to the one side a green ball, at another side a red ball. See there, I'm using those. At one end green, red, and another end green. At the same time, we are repeating the activity for second sieving needle. Same as after magnetization, we are applying, means we are placing two balls at one side red color, one side green color. By placing those two balls and dropping those two magnetized sieving needles into the water. Those two magnetized sieving needles into the water. Sieving needles into the water. By placing into that, when they both are in contact, means they both are in magnetized. Means what happened? They are become as a, now they are in magnets. When they both sieving needles are aligned close each other, when they are showing same color balls facing each other, they made what? Repulsion. Means they both sieving needles are pushing away each other. When opposite colored balls are coming close in contact, means red to green or green to red, they both are pulling each other to make contact. So by that, what you observe, by magnetization, there is a magnetic force between the magnetic material by getting magnetization. So by that we can identify magnetic force. See there, what you want to observe here, magnetic force is an example for non-contact force. By this, what we have to understand, there is no any contact to place between the sieving needles, is it or not? But when they are coming close, so if they are like poles, means like colored bars, they are pushing away. When they are opposite color, they are closing to contact. Means no need to place contact, but due to the force, what happened? Between the part of the distance, they are coming or pushing away from. Okay, by that what happened? There is a force, but no more any physical contact. There is no direct physical contact force between two interacting objects. This is known as non-contact force. There is a magnetic force between the two magnetic materials. So by that we can identify magnetic force for one of the example for non-contact force. Just we talk one more. Means Another example for non-contact force. Another example for non-contact force. So we will give information what I'm giving for another example, but we have to say what is that. We have to remember. You have to recall from your lower class what I'm talking. Okay, imagine this is a comb. Comb means what? Combing your hair. Yeah, take your comb and comb on your dry hair. Comb on your dry hair. By combing on your dry hair, after combing, bring that comb near to the tiny papers. Tiny papers means small papers. That comb you are bringing water near to the tiny papers. What we may observe by bringing comb near to the tiny papers, the tiny papers will attract to the comb. Is it or not? Of course, by using refill or pen, by combing on your, rubbing on your hair, after rubbing, if you bring near to the tiny papers, it will be attract. Same as I am saying, take balloon, inflated balloon. What I am saying? Inflated balloon. Inflated means filled with air. Filled with the air. So when you are taking inflated balloon, rub on your dry hair. Take a balloon and rub on your dry hair. After rubbing some interval of time, lift slowly. Lift slowly. You may observe the hair is attracted to the balloon. The hair will rise towards the balloon. See there, and one more we can say, when you are after rubbing, if you bring balloon near to the tiny papers, after rubbing, bring that rubbed balloon near to the tiny paper. We may observe the tiny papers will attracted by the balloon. The tiny papers will attract by the balloons. Then how the tiny papers will attract to the comb, to the pen, to the refill, to the balloon, and the hair is attracted to the balloon. Then how it is possible? When you are rubbing with glass rod on silk cloth, rubbing glass rod with silk cloth. So we know silk cloth. After rubbing, if you bring silk cloth near to the tiny papers will attract to the silk cloth. Then how it is possible? Because of by rubbing each other. So after rubbing, what happened? Due to the rubbing, the charges will be transferred between the bodies. Bodies means by combing your hair with comb or balloon, rubbing with balloon or pen. So here two bodies, one is our body, means our head, one is comb or balloon or refill pen. So by rubbing each other, so before both bodies are in what not charged, means it is a neutral. Neutral body consists what two type of charges, positive and negative. By rubbing each other, the body will gain the charge which is rubbing on another body. The body will gain the charge. The body which is gaining the charge, it consists of negative charge. It consists of negative charge. The body which is rubbing on our skin, that gains negative charge, that it will lose what positive charge. The body which is losing their electrons, that losing electrons are positive and gaining electrons are negative. So coming to that, due to the transfer of time. Yeah, sorry for disturbance. The particles means the charges are transferring between the bodies. The charges are transferring between the bodies. See there, just we are bringing comb near to the paper, not in contact. Is it what I'm talking? Do you understand? Just we are bringing rubbed comb, means charged comb, bringing near to the papers. So papers are uncharged bodies, comb is charged body. Charged body consists negative charge, uncharged consists neutral, positive and negative. When you are bringing near to, suppose if it is a charged body and this is an uncharged body, neutral components. When charged body comes closer, the body shows opposite charge to make the contact. When you are bringing a part of the distance to the uncharged body, the body will attract each other by the transferring of the charges. Means what you can say here, there is a force between the charges of your bodies. A force between a charges of your bodies. There is a force between the just charges of your bodies. Means the bodies are carrying the charges. The bodies are carrying the charges. A force between charges of your bodies. So, what is the force here? What is the name of the force? You can remember from your lower class, of course. See there, a force between the charges of your bodies is nothing as electrostatic force. Electrostatic force, very good. Electrostatic force. Electrostatic force is a force is where between two charges of your bodies. Two charges of your bodies. See, those two charges of bodies not in contact, when it is in a part of the distance, they may attract each other. If it is charged, both charged bodies, both charged means like, so it will repel each other. Okay, one is charged, one is uncharged. Then they may attract each other. So a force between a two charges of your bodies, the force between a two charges of your bodies is known as electrostatic force. What is that? Electrostatic force. Electrostatic force. Before we discussed what? Before magnetic force and electrostatic force. Now, magnetic force means a force between the magnetic material to the magnet. A force between the magnetic material to the magnet is known as magnetic force. Now, electrostatic force, a force between two charges of your bodies. A force between two charges of your bodies. That is an electrostatic force. These two are example for non-contact force. And then two more examples we can discuss for that. What are? One is gravitational force. What is? Gravitational force. And one more we can discuss, mechanical force. Mechanical force. These two are also one of the examples for non-contact force. So remember, so these we'll talk in next class. Okay. Then coming to that, I'm going to give a task to you. What is the task? What is the name of the task? To start our lesson before means yesterday and today, what I said, we discussed a clarification on pull and push. Pull and push. We have to get some different situation in your day-to-day life, in your daily life, from morning to evening. In what situation you used push or pull or both? We have to do the task push and pull and also both. In what situation? You have to observe your daily life situation from morning to evening, where you use push, where you use pull, and both. Okay? Do this activity and write in your notebook what are the situation, how many you can write, you will see in tomorrow. So let's meet in tomorrow. Please stay in your class. Another sir will come to join with you.